Hey guys, what's up? It's me. Alright, so for this one, I'm actually going to be doing a little preview of something that's coming up this Sunday. Now, for wrestling fans, yes, there is a big benchmark coming up in the wrestling industry. And to some, they may not act like it's a big deal, but to a person who's been following wrestling for 26 years now, it is a big deal because whether you want to believe it or whether you don't want to believe it, TNA has been around for 10 years. All right. Now, of course, the company has a slew of haters and a cult following, too. A lot of people aren't really giving them, the credit where it's due, saying, oh, they wouldn't be in business if Dixie Carter's family didn't buy the company. That may or may not be true, but now it's about time you start giving them the respect and the credit that they're due, folks. I mean, 10 years is nothing to sneeze at, okay? I mean, a lot of people didn't think WCW would be around for 10 years, and what happened there? I mean, yes, they're of course no longer in business, but hey, they lasted a good amount of time, right? I mean, Ring of Honor have been around for 10 years, TNA have been around for 10 years. Time to give them their props, alright? Before I continue, I actually want to give a shout out because this Sunday is also going to be another benchmark because one of my buddies is actually getting a website going, Revamped Wrestling. Check out the YouTube channel. It's going to be awesome. I can guarantee it. All right, Oscar does a kick-ass job. I just want to give a shout out to you, dude. Okay. Now back to the focus at hand for Slammiversary. I'm going through the card. I mean, a lot of people look at what's going to happen and be like, won't be that big of a deal. Well, already, so far we got 4 matches on hand. We got Sting against Bobby Roode for the TNA title. I'm calling it right now. Roode's going to win. However, at the end of the show, James Storm is going to come back. That's my prediction for that. They got the tag titles, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle against Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. I think AJ and Kurt are going to be tag champs. That's going to put an end to the AJ Daniels feud that's been going on. Really ridiculous feud. I'm not getting into detail, but I will say the matches have been awesome. Bully Ray versus Joseph Park. We know him as Abyss, okay? I have a feeling that Park is not even going to be in the match, and it's going to be him going back to being Abyss. That's just my opinion for that match. Watch Park/Abyss win. The Robbies, Robbie E, Robbie T against Devon and Garrett Bischoff. I'm skipping that match because I think it's not going to be anything special. Of course, look for the good guys to win that one, and it's not the Robbie connection, okay? There is going to be an X Division match. Originally, it was supposed to be Samoa Joe and Austin Aries, but Samoa Joe had a little incident last Thursday we still don't know about, but something happened backstage and he was escorted out of the building. But if it was Joe and Aries, I could see Joe getting the X Division title, but it'll probably be Austin Aries keeping the belt for right now. Knockouts match, we're going to find out who's going to face Gail Kim. But I do think Gail Kim is going to drop the belt, either to Velvet Sky or Brooke Tessmacher. That's my opinion. There are going to be a few other matches on the card. Don't really know what's coming out of that just yet. But for me, the big thing about Slammiversary, the TNA Hall of Fame. Now, of course, ever since this has been announced, people have been ripping on them. How can you guys have a Hall of Fame? What have you done? All the haters. Well, honestly, I said it before. TNA's been around 10 years. It's time to give them the credit where credit's due. Now, the first member of their Hall of Fame is going to be announced at Slammiversary. And I have it narrowed down to 3 choices right now. And each one is a good candidate, I will say. It could be Jeff Jarrett because Jarrett did start TNA with his father. He has helped out with the operations since the company was given to the Carter family, but Jarrett has played a part in TNA's growth and expansion. Choice number 2, it could be AJ Styles. I mean, AJ was and is, in a lot of people's eyes, the face of TNA wrestling. I mean, Grand Slam champion. He's held every belt in the company. And he's almost always in some sort of main event match. Almost all the time. I mean, heck, I've even counted every time TNA's changed to a different time slot or a different day. That day that they switch, the main event has always been an AJ Styles match. It's pretty interesting. There could be a sleeper for this too. And a lot of people, I've actually had some people ask me, wait a minute, why is this person even being mentioned by you? And unless you're familiar with TNA's history, you really won't get it. But think about it. Who is the first TNA heavyweight champion? All right. I'm not talking about when they split from the NWA in 2007 and they had that King of the Mountain match where Kurt Angle won the belt. I'm talking about the first show TNA did in June of 2002. Who was in the main event? Anyone? Anyone? All right. Well, a little history lesson for you. The first main event for TNA was the Gauntlet for the Gold Battle Royal. There were 20 guys on that roster who were in the match. And at the end, the last two standing were going to be in a regular match for the title. The guy who did not win, unfortunately, passed away a few months later, Malice, aka The Wall, if you used to be a WCW fan. But the guy who won that match and was the first NWA TNA champion, Ken Shamrock. Yes, I did say Shamrock, folks. Shamrock could be in the Hall of Fame on Sunday. We don't know yet. I'm just going with one of those three for my picks because each three makes perfect sense and each three is a credible source for TNA to put into their Hall of Fame. But anyways, I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to get your ideas on this if you have any. And hey, check out the other vlogs that I've been doing. And I'll see you guys in the near future, alright? Take care, peace, drink it up, live it up. And remember, the Heel Nation is going to rise, baby. Going to rise.